Brian with FloTrack here with Hamish Kerr, the high jumper from New Zealand, the Flying Kiwi. Obviously, we're in Rome. What's it like being here, and how's it like so far, the vibes?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I only got here last night, so I can't say I've really looked around or anything, but being in the stadium for the first time, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, I know I feel like I don't compete in Italy a lot. We go to a lot of places around Europe, but Italy I've only actually been once before to compete. So yeah, I'm super excited tomorrow to see what kind of crowd they can fill the stadium up with and see what we can get going.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I just walked out here too with you, and this is huge. I mean, this is on par with like kind of almost Paris level, like with how big it is and everything. Really, really cool venue. Obviously, Rabat, you had an incredible performance coming in as the Diamond League leader with that competition. What's it like kind of carrying that momentum forward into tomorrow's meet?
Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest, I'm just focused on building at the moment. I'm building towards what's to come, and I'm just trying to make the most of every competition as it comes. And I think for Rabat, kind of my gut feeling coming off the end of the competition was that I felt like I could have jumped a little bit higher, and the result that came was just kind of a bit of a bonus. So yeah, I think that tomorrow I know that the standard will continue to just increase, and I'm going to have to jump a little bit higher than that to get a good result. But I feel like I'm good for it, and I know that my program and my technique and all the things that make me a good jumper are progressing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Awesome, and I know we mentioned it kind of a little in the press conference, just coming from New Zealand, obviously you guys compete during those winter months when most of the people in Europe and America aren't competing. What's it like to have that long season? How have you kind of divided up your training to make it to the World Championships later on? I mean, it's late this year, it being in September.
Yeah, I think the main thing is that those competitions we do domestically at the start of the year, they're not high level competitions. I'm usually in very heavy training. I'm doing them to test out things just in a slightly higher competition or a higher pressure environment than just a training sessions. So yeah, I wouldn't say that I'm fully trained out or competed. I don't feel like I'm burnt out from all that competition. It's just part of what I do. But I think one thing, getting back on tour, it's reminding myself that you have a couple of bad jumps and people will pounce on that, whereas in New Zealand it's not so bad. You can have a bad performance and still come out on top. And so yeah, it's just about sort of changing gears a little bit and just really getting into the overdrive. So yeah, it's very cool. But I think at the same time, knowing how long my season is usually with those early times, it means we can adjust really nicely to Tokyo, and we know what we need to do to draw out a season.
Awesome. What after Rome obviously is kind of on the docket? What are you looking forward to with the rest of the season?
Yeah, so I'm actually going home to New Zealand on Monday. So I'm going to spend about 3.5 weeks back there and just catch up on some stuff back home, and then really looking forward to Monaco. That's somewhere I love competing, and that's kind of my next big competition. So that'll be awesome. And then yeah, got a really nice run in with a few other Diamond Leagues just leading into World Champs. So yeah, it's a really nicely sort of paced season with a small kind of block at the start of the season and a nice block just before Tokyo. So it gives us a good opportunity to try some stuff and just train really hard. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a lot of it.
Awesome. And I kind of jumped ahead there, but I guess the big one, obviously tomorrow is huge. There's a lot of top guys in the competition, specifically from World Indoors, the top Italian, just talk to me, what's it like having that level of competition, and how do you think that's going to help you build on the season, like you said, after Rabat?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that was the thing was ultimately, the high jump these days, you kind of got a mix of young guns and then kind of slightly older sort of experienced campaigners, so to speak. And so, with that, often we don't get a full strength field at every competition. And so you get used to kind of having a target on one or two guys. But yeah, tomorrow with Tamberi back in the mix and then Wu coming back after Asian Champs, I think that there's a really nice opportunity to compete against some of the really top guys. And yeah, this is probably the strongest field we've had lined up for a competition yet this year. So yeah, it's a great opportunity to really test how I'm feeling.
Awesome. And then a couple fun questions. What are you kind of looking forward to outside of the competition at Rome? Is there anything you're like going to try to eat food-wise? Any kind of tourist attraction you want to see or get to?
Yeah, I think probably Saturday, Sunday I'll do a little bit of touristing and head in. And Filippo actually gave me a couple of restaurant recommendations, so I'll be go checking those out, some local specials, and then obviously I'm real keen to get in and just look at the Colosseum and all the other sort of historical landmarks, because I feel like I'm a bit of a Roman fan, so to come here and be able to get amongst all of it, it's pretty cool.
Awesome. I'll have to get that list from you then, because I'm looking for some good places to eat. I had some gelato last night, which is pretty good. And then off the track, kind of, what do you enjoy outside of track and field? Is there any sport, video games, other sports, anything that you kind of dabble in?
Yeah, I travel with my PS5, so I'm a bit of a gamer. I'm replaying the GTA 5 campaign at the moment, just in solidarity for hopefully GTA 6 to come out in the next 10 years or so. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, that, and then also when I'm at home, I love just getting out in the outdoors and playing golf and just various other things like that. So yeah, don't get as much golf on tour as I'd like. Obviously, don't travel with my clubs or anything, but yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to getting home to do as well.
Awesome. What's your best golf score?
I'm terrible, mate. I'm like mid 80s at the best.
Shoot, that's way better than me. I think if I golf 90s, that'd be a perfect day. I think I've had like one where I've gone 1 under par. What's that, a birdie? Bogey? Yeah, something like that. Yeah. The first, though, I think I've had one of those in my entire golfing. It's bad. It's a mess. But I do love getting out there too. Awesome.
Awesome.
Great. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time talking with me, and best of luck tomorrow.
Sweet. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.